Student Elopement and ABA Perspective on Assessment and Intervention. Thank you for joining us today to discuss a serious safety issue in our school environment, student elopement. While our immediate priority is always safety, the framework of Applied Behavior Analysis, or ABA, gives us the tools to move past simply reacting to this challenging behavior and start truly preventing it. We're going to examine elopement not as defiance, but as a form of communication. What is elopement? Let's start with a clear definition. Elopement is when a student leaves a designated, supervised area or activity without permission. This could be running out of the classroom, leaving the lunchroom, or, critically, leaving school grounds entirely. This behavior is a primary safety concern that requires intervention. But remember this core principle. Our first goal is student safety. Our second is to understand the purpose behind the behavior. The ABA perspective. This is the heart of our discussion. In ABA, we believe that all behavior serves a purpose. It gets the individual something they want or avoids something they don't want. We reject the idea that elopement is just bad behavior. It's a sign of an unmet need. By determining what the student is communicating, we can teach them a safer, more appropriate way to express that need. Finding the why, the FBA. We can't treat a behavior effectively without diagnosing its function. That diagnosis is the Functional Behavior Assessment, or FBA. An FBA is a systematic, data-driven process, typically led by a board-certified behavior analyst, BCBA, designed to discover the cause and effect relationship between the environment and the elopement. We move beyond what the student did to discover why they did it. Collecting ABC data. The FBA relies heavily on collecting ABC data. A is for antecedent, what happened immediately before the elopement. A teacher gave a difficult assignment, a peer got too close, they were bored. B is for behavior, the specific, observable action. Runs full speed toward the nearest exit. C is for consequence, what happened immediately after. The teacher chased them, they successfully avoided the task, or they got to the desired playground. The consequence is what reinforces the behavior. The four functions of behavior. Analyzing that ABC data consistently reveals that all behavior falls into one of these four categories. We use the easy-to-remember acronym SEAT to identify them. The four functions, SEAT. Let's detail the four possible functions for elopement. Sensory. The elopement is internally rewarding. The student enjoys the feeling of running or is escaping an overstimulating environment like a noisy cafeteria. Escape. The student is trying to get away from a non-preferred task, demand, person, or setting. This is very common in school settings. Attention. The student is seeking a reaction from adults or peers. This includes negative attention, like being chased or lectured. Tangible. The student is trying to get access to a preferred item, activity, or place, like a specific toy or the gymnasium. Interventions must match the function. This is the fundamental rule of function-based intervention. The intervention must be designed to address the function. If the intervention is mismatched, we see that responding to an escape behavior, avoiding math, by sending a student to a fun break accidentally rewards the elopement. The student learned, if I run, I get out of math and get to play. When the intervention is matched based on data from the FBA to teach the student a better way to achieve escape, by using a break card appropriately. This reduces elopement because the need is met without the unsafe behavior. From FBA to Behavior Intervention Plan. The FBA is the assessment, and the Behavior Intervention Plan is the formal action plan. The FBA, the why, gives us the scientific reason, like, elopement is maintained by escape from academic tasks. The Behavior Intervention Plan, the how, is the written, official document that details how every staff member will consistently respond to that why. It includes 3 sections: proactive strategies to prevent the behavior, replacement behaviors to teach, and reactive strategies for immediate response. Behavior Intervention Plan Component 1, Proactive Strategies. Proactive strategies are implemented before any elopement occurs to reduce the student's motivation to run. Functional Communication Training, FCT. We teach the replacement behavior. If they elope for tangibles, we teach them to ask for the tangible with words or a picture. Visual supports. Tools like, first, Then, boards and visual schedules reduce anxiety around transitions and demands, which are high-risk moments. Environmental changes. We make the environment less likely to trigger the behavior, such as seating the student away from the door or providing scheduled movement breaks. Behavior Intervention Plan Component 2. Reactive Strategies. When elopement does occur, our response must be immediate, safe, and function-based. Immediate safety protocol. First, retrieve the student safely, calmly, and neutrally. This is the crisis response. Function-based responses. Our reaction must cancel out the reinforcer the student was seeking. If attention maintained, use extinction. Minimize dramatic reactions, no chasing, no lecturing. The behavior must not earn attention. If escape maintained, use follow-through. Calmly return the student to the original task or demand, showing that elopement does not successfully lead to escape. If tangible maintained, block access to the desired item or location. The elopement cannot lead to the reward. If sensory maintained, use a quick redirect to an appropriate sensory activity that meets the same needs safely. The role of the BCBA. Finally, we recognize the critical role of the specialist. The BCBA is essential for conducting the comprehensive FBA, designing and writing the behavior intervention plan, training and retraining all staff on the consistent implementation of the behavior intervention plan, and monitoring the resulting data to ensure the plan is effective and adjusted as the student progresses. Thank you for taking the time to review this vital topic. By understanding elopement as communication and applying function-based strategies, we can keep our students safer and help them build more appropriate, effective life skills. If you have any questions, please visit our contact page at schools.utah.gov/studentservices/student services contacts.